Dang, there's a duck.
I say every time Tim gets a phone call, you think a Sasquatch is raining down on you. Oh man.
This is also, you heard me talk about making the view drive up. Back in here is where it was at. Talk to SWAT right there. You got it covered up good, bro. Better than cat.
Then he says, I might be 14, or 13, but I still got a little bit of life in me.
Yeah, she's in good shape. Hey, baby.
Okay, girl. She'll come back and sniff your feet, and then next thing you know, she's crashing off in the woods.
She comes back to check on you, don't she?
Oh yeah.
Stuck in the
Pine Road.
huh.
But when we first found it, all these limbs here was just pulled in tight
Right.
and busted open. And we got hairs out of all of this. And right here was where there was a couple limb that took up one finger and where it would run down that one direction. That right there looks a little fresher, but ain't none of it fresh. I think since we found it out, we quit using it. Look at all the stuff across the trail, Dwight.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. They're coming in, got all this stuff piled up in the You can tell that right there. That they we was talking about down at these two right here and that one. Making ideas, you know.
Yeah, that's unusual for them to be piled up like that right there in that one spot.
Yeah. Especially right in that one spot. And then this one's been over.
That one's broke.
Yeah. That one's broke over.
And it wasn't rotten. At least when it was broke, because it's stringy.
Smelling something dirty, just start running in front of it.
So much crap in my head now.
I'm going to have to keep a journal.
I did good for several years at keeping notes on my own experiences. And it got too tedious.
Somebody shut the camera.
Somebody what?
Shut the camera.
Holy shit.
Son of a gun.
And I had a padlock on that.
They brought bolt cutters in here.
That's what I tell you.
That's the perfect spot too, the way that tree is.
Yeah. Bobby dog.
I know that ain't a good feeling, Tim. I didn't had that feeling, man. That shit.
Well, the worst part is, if I'd have known it, I'd have brought my stuff and at least took my box to the house.
Yeah.
Now I gotta come back in here just to get my box.
People just ain't got no damn respect.
Or it's the government.
Could be.
We on national forest right now, ain't we?
Oh yeah. Oh well. Come in, somebody's took my camera. They've either shot it off or cut the lock off of it one. And camera's gone, lock's gone. But hey, that's what you get. You can't do nothing on public land, so that's all right. Next time I'll booby trap it when they try to take it apart, it'll blow up on them.
That'd be good. Poetic justice.
Yeah. But oh well, so much for that camera. That's ready to buy them on Temu by the dozen.
That's an idea. Maybe that's where I need to get my cameras at on Temu.
I got 6 or 8 of them for like 80-something bucks.
Damn.
And they got the black no glows and everything. Recording in 4K, they'll do time lapse. You can set the sensitivity on them, all that stuff.
How many game cameras you think you bought over the years, Dwight?
No, I bought at least 50 or 60.
I've got right now, well, I've got one less now, but I did have 27. Not counting the ones that I got out, so that would have been 28. And Boar Tree would have been 29. And I've got 2 or 3 out up on standing engines that have been up in the 30s. But most of them sitting at the house waiting to be used. They get their chance now because I'm gonna have to bring something in here and put with that one.
Oh yeah.
I may get me a real long bolt, about a 6-inch bolt, and put through that hole down there where the lock goes, and screw it in. That way they can't. It'd be hard for them to get to it to cut it.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of work for them to do. They don't want to do that much work for it.
Yeah. But right here, guys, when I was in here, I had my place right behind that berm of dirt right there. I've got it cut out. And I sat in there and I could watch all of this. And they'd throw rocks and stuff from up there behind me down into here, and I could hear them walking around all of that.
Huh.
But the white one, the one that I think is one. Looks like a band out of somebody's drawers, don't it? Maybe there's some more black. Somebody maybe took it right here. With no toilet paper.
That's very possible. has stepped and scooped.
Yep. And the light off the camera. Right up in here. You don't know if it's taking them boogies in. But the boogies had took it down a couple of times and made it done on the ground. Just like the thing down in Staley Mountain. Beautiful.
Sure enough.
Yep. Right. Breaking the tops out of the tops with the end, like they did on Scaly Mountain. Out of these pine trees. And you got an X right there. And then see down in that thicket what they made another ray looking symbol. Right. Right there. You see the one across. We get closer.
What'd you think? It's kind of peculiar.
Yeah, it's the one stacked on the one and then the one stacked on that one. Just definitely noteworthy.
Look right here, guys. They made a square right there.
Yeah.
But right, I was sitting right around here. When that white, with the white head, I seen just right over, just the top of it, right over that little ridge right there. I could see about that much. It's solid white, and it didn't up, down, or nothing. It just like it was on rails, and went off that other side. But this wasn't here when I was up here during hunting. Trying to figure out where that comes from. Look, the top broke off that old pine, which that could have been anything. This is funny, and it probably natural. Look at that one that's balanced.
Yeah, I see that.
You see it, Dwight? That more than likely is
That is kind of funny looking.
natural right there, but it's balanced. And that's what, 20 feet high?
Yep.
That is kind of peculiar. No doubt about that.
I mean, what's the chances? Which evidently is pretty good because it happened. I thought there might be a bee in it, but it's just where a limb comes up.
Club. That's pretty. I think that's called club moss. I think.
Let's put this in here since I was in here deer hunting. So here's my trail going right through there. Let's break this open. This is how I do that twice. That's a woven jelly. That definitely wasn't like that when I was in here deer
Yeah,
hunting.
let's see where that came from. Let's see now. Edit. I'm not seeing where it fell from the top.
Get this junk out of the way. That didn't work, did it? Mess my trail up like that. That's fine, okay. Looks like you got some stuff left in your hog anymore.
You know, we ain't got wild hog one where I live. I ain't there.
You got a good place, too.
Yep. Fiddlehead fern.
Jerry's naming all this, and then in my brain I'm going green.
Hey, when we walked through here, the only thing Tim ever pointed out by name was stick bait.
Stick bait.
You know what stick bait is?
You don't know what
Tim,
stick
go
is?
ahead. Tell me what stick bait is.
Okay. If I can find some, I'm sure.
I don't believe I'm familiar.
Fuck that old thing. May have rock. You know what rock bait is? Hey, I live the name you call that good fish.
Helgamite?
No, it's they'll take little bitty rock and stick. And make them a cartoon out of it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you'll see something on this fish. Because it ain't all been moved up. And there's
I'll tell you what, this water's clean, good water.
Yep. You'll be perfectly fine drinking this water.
Yeah. Now the water in your water, that's some dirty water.
Yeah.
down there. Got too many minerals and stuff in it.
Yeah, I did not drop my phone in the water, but I just saw something else.
But they make a little cocoon out of little bitty small rocks about this long. I mean, some kind of insect, and I think it may be a stonefly or something like that. But when you can find it, you talk about good fish bait. Especially for speckled trout fishing.
You see that, Tim?
Uh-huh.
Oh man, ain't that cool?
That looks like those been moving up longer, dude.
Yep.
I can find at least one. Well, here's the hole in the road.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if I can hear any bucks of this in here. Let's keep going, man.
Okay.
But that's rock bait.
Okay.
And they do the same things with little sticks.
Huh.
Making the little cocoon out of it.
You taught me something today.
We're in here on the house and table just looking in this thing. Really what bait looks like. Right there, man. It's got them little rocks. They do them in small gravel like this. And usually they'll cut, make this little thing and attach to the bottom of the rock. Sometimes they'll use sticks, but usually it's over little tiny pebbles. And it is good fish bait. So if you ever out and need to survive find some rock bait, you've got some fish bait. But stick bait's the same thing as just little sticks.
That rock's been turned over too, Tim, unless you turned it over.
I didn't turn that one. These bigger ones is
This one ain't been too long turned over. You got the roots on the bottom, and then you got right there. That's how it was sitting.
Yeah. And more than likely, boogers or whatever being here looking for lizards. Because I seen one when we first started turning rocks over. You got lizards, crawfish.
And salamanders.
Yeah. And I'd say all this, both of these would be full of lizards. Because there ain't a whole lot of water in them, enough for them to stay wet.
Here's one, and there's an X over there.
Yeah. It sure is. And the white camera's right down here.
Man, my memory, I am definitely impressed that you can remember where these cameras are, bro.
It was right in here somewhere, wasn't it, Dwight?
Yeah, I think it was right around here.
All right, Joey goes to church with me. All right, Joey, show them what we got.
Well, it looks like we got the front of a track. And like Dwight pointed out, mid-tarsal break, and you got a deep heel imprint right there. Whereas it was coming up the hill, it pressed a lot of its weight back on that heel momentarily.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that's a track, and it slipped.
It's a dog man track now.
It's a dog man track now. But I think it slipped, and that's why its weight went back on its heel like that just for a second. Or we'd never seen that print.
what, about a 12, 13-inch track, something like that, you
It
think?
was wide too. It's
Yeah.
a pretty damn wide track.
Yeah, it is wide.
13. I didn't bring it. I never bring a tape ruler, and I always think I need to bring a tape ruler.
That right there's 9,
Yeah,
and going up to there would be
yeah,
another, yeah, it'd be at least 13, 14 inches.
yep. That's a good
Oh,
spot.
And we still ain't found the right camera or my camera. So, if you see anybody selling used trail cameras, let me and Dwight know. We both missing one from in here. And here's they took the strap from one rifle. That was some low down piece that got here. Mine was gone out of the box, but my box is still there, so that's good.
I don't know what I was hearing. It wasn't the cooing. It was something different. I don't know what I was hearing. Did you hear anything?
I just heard the.
This little ridge right here, Buddy Ben, it's not steep. It goes up on the flat down. It's about 70, 80 yards and then it turns up.
Right.
And that's the ridge I was on that the doe come running down and back up and down and back up. Right in that little, there's a little flat gap right there. And she'd run off that main top up there down. And I'm thinking that more than likely the other one was down here, but when it seen me coming around here, going around the road, it had to slip this way and get out before I got up there.
This is an old road.
Yeah, this is usually the way we walk in.
Right.
If we're going out here. Now we ain't got cameras up there. You'll have to walk that way one more time to put more cameras up.
So this is what you call heroin tape.
Yeah.
This is where we got the picture of the one crouching down behind the tree.
Yeah.
That picture.
Now we put a pretty good sized stick across this one time, about that big around, and I sawed it up and got rid of it. And I found one of the plastic Forest Service, you know, gangland sign.
Yeah.
And right through here somewhere I cut a limb off and I pushed that down on it to where the wind wouldn't blow it off. We come back and it took off. And it was right where their log was across the trail, which is right in here somewhere.
Is
Right
that-
about where Yuns are at.
And that's an old road bed that goes up through there. Are
Yeah,
these
that
old,
one
just
goes-
old logging roads?
Yeah. It goes out and goes all the way around to the point. You can go to Newsom's that way, or you can go up across the ridge that way. The best place is just go back, drive around the road and walk in.
If this was 200 years ago, we'd be taking our life in our hands walking through here.
Yeah.
Because it's Cherokee Texas.
Yeah.
This 200 years ago. 150 years. Oh, that'll call in a booger.
Booger say, "Excuse me."
Bugger setting up fire with the English accent. Those disgusting white people, they have no manners whatsoever.
And they
They
can,
not say excuse me or anything.
I hate those dreadful people.
and they call me old stinky.
It's not great. You didn't want to. At least you hang up in one. You didn't want to. At least it ain't up in the one. That rope is just hard to do. And he walked up here and found that old dead raccoon.
Yeah, I remember that. Was Robin with us when we found that, or was that just me and you?
Huh?
I said, was Robin with us when we found that, or was that just me and you? I remember this though, that raccoon looked awful though. It looked like someone skinned his ass.
Yeah. I can't remember where that burn the dirt was at. Can't remember if it's behind us. I walked behind us a little way. I don't think it is though. Because we wouldn't have seen that here. We trail cut through there and there's a vine growing up over it. And we come back in one time and everything had been pulled down on top of the bridges where you couldn't get through there. So we just decided to cut through the creek. We spent a lot of time cutting that trail through them vines though. It sure doesn't take them long to fill it back up.
Violet. They're already making. I wouldn't think they'd be blooming this early up here this far. The violets are blooming. I've seen several.
There's some little, what is that? No vine.
That's some kind of
Sometimes it's daisy.
aster family and the daisy family, a fleabane, a type of fleabane they call it. If it's got a pink tint to it, they call it Philadelphia fleabane. The white, they just call it aster or fleabane.
Oh, okay. I've heard the aster.
Like that. They got 500 names depending on where you at.
We found, right there's where we found them nests that time on Miss Robin.
Uh-huh. That's a good place.
Yeah.
What is that, honeysuckle thicket?
I guess, whatever that stuff is right here.
Oh no, that ain't honeysuckle, that's something else. I don't know what that is.
I ain't got a clue.
I do not know.
I know it ain't the old timey grapevine. I was watching a woman the other day and they found it like this. She called it water vine. I said,
You just cut it.
yeah.
Get water out of it. The Indians down there way back used to throw their sacrifice victims in the cenote.
Yeah.
I don't care nothing about drinking out of a hole that's got dead people at the bottom.
No. I like it up here off the lizard's back.
This is where we crossed earlier, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Waters for these creeks, Tim, to find the spring.
I have not. Now, me and Dwight knows where this creek is on the other side of the road. About 200-300 yards is where we found that tree that was laid up, and the heavy end was on this side, and the fork can come off this way, and now it was up there where they'd laid ferns and put a flower up there.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah. It was neat. Actually, we found that again last year, didn't we? When we come out of here, we walked up and found it.
Oh, yeah, we did. Hi, Bookworm.
Last year, the first time I come in here hunting, and it was breaking daylight enough to where I could see, and I seen that thing a shining where they'd just horned it. It was a shining like a neon sign. I never did see the deer that done it. The biggest thing I seen was like a little old fork point about that big.
Is that ironwood? Is that what you call it?
It
That's
is.
what we call it too. Makes a good walking stick.
Yeah. Won't never rot. Not that any of them that I've ever killed anyway.
What you call it? Poking a case?
No, that's actually an old timer.
Old timer. That's just as good as a case.
Yeah.
I could tell by the way you was cutting in limbs real quick that that's a good one.
And Mom and Dad gave me that for Christmas in '24, and I've carried it ever since.
Do you use a wet rock or something else?
I do. I got one of them Arkansas oil stones.
No.
I got one that was my papa's daddy's daddy. And when he passed away, I wound up with it. And about one hit on each side and it's done.
They don't make steel like just anywhere. And used to every pocket knife you'd buy way back in the day was good steel.
Yeah.
Now,
Even a Barlow was good back in the day.
I still got a Barlow I had when I was little.
I've got one too that's half. Mom and Dad was giving me 3 Christmas. I have bought a bunch of knives I could see me. And then they some good knives. Is that when we come through?
I don't remember.
I don't think that was there.
I honestly don't
remember.
either. I honestly don't think it was.
I don't think it was.
Not pictures. Can. Cool. Alright. We come back out, and this has been cut across the trail. This wasn't. If it was here, none of us can remember it.
You would think we'd have remembered it.
Yeah.